guys, it's Willow, and today I thought I was going to start out with a makeup tutorial for mermaids for Halloween. Tell you some mermaid facts that I found online. And before I do that, I did want to mention that I have a new banner on my YouTube page, which was very nicely made for me by the ever-talented Lulu Bieberful. I'll spell out her name underneath about here. And if you are looking for someone to subscribe to, she's got some really cool videos on there if you want to check that out. And so I'll just jump right into it. And to start off, we are, as always, covering our face with a good layer of foundation. And I'm purposely going over my eyebrows a little bit because I'm going to try and make them kind of purple today. And once you have that nice and blended out over your face, I'm going to go in with my powder foundation that I mixed with baby powder and put it under my dark circles. And the first mermaid fact I have for you today is actually that mermen came before the mermaids. There was a Babylonian god that was a merman that was supposed to be a very helpful god that passed on a lot of knowledge to humans. He was supposed to be a teacher of art and science and writing, and mermaids ended up taking over the legends a little bit more because mermen are supposed to be more secretive and don't surface as much. And now we're going to go in and we're going to contour on the hollows of our cheeks, and a good way to find that is to suck it in your cheekbones like this. And then you find that little line you do there, and then I do my jawline and kind of around the curve of my chin, my forehead, and the sides of my nose. Once you have that blended out, you can go ahead and put your blush on the apples of your cheeks and sort of along where you did your contour line. The oldest mermaid comes from a myth from Syria about a beautiful goddess who fell in love with a human shepherd, but she accidentally killed him. And in her grief, she plunged into the ocean to try and turn herself into a fish, but she was so beautiful that it stopped halfway through. So she had the bottom half of a fish and the upper part of a beautiful woman. And now we're highlighting in a triangle right here on the top of our cheekbone. And before like the Disney Little Mermaid, mermaids were generally seen as a bad omen by sailors, considered more of a monster than a nice fairy tale thing. Sailors believed that if you saw a mermaid, that meant that your ship was going to hit a storm and was just generally a bad thing. And sirens are sort of an offshoot of mermaid, the main difference being that they would eat human meat. But their powers were supposed to include things like controlling the weather, telepathy, hypnosis, and the ability to lure ships into rocks with their beautiful voices. And they could sing so well that the song would drive you insane. I'm going to take this super bright purple pencil and I'm going to try and do my eyebrows with it just to see what will happen. And for my eyebrows, I like to do them a little bit more square, like that, and then just kind of follow the outer edge. Japanese mermaids were a little bit scarier in that they had mostly the body of sea animals and the face of a beautiful woman, and they would challenge people to games, and if you lost, the consequence was your life. And they also liked to eat people that went swimming alone and children. And then for our eyeshadow, I'm going to do pink on the inner corner, purple in the middle, and then blue on the crease and outer corner of my eye. I'm going to bring the pink down a little bit and a little bit under my eye too. In Russia, mermaids were believed to be the spirits of women who were either murdered by drowning or drowned in some kind of violent way, like suicide. And then we're going to put the purple on the outer corner of the bottom part of her eye. Now the blue in the crease and the outer corner of our eyelid. We're going to put a little bit of white underneath our eyebrow. Now let's go to the eyeliner. We're not going to do a terribly big wing because I just don't associate mermaids with huge wings like you would a fairy or something. In Ireland, mermaids were seal people that in the ocean they were seals, and when they came to shore they would shed their skin, and when they shed their skin they'd hide it in the rocks and become beautiful women to walk around on land. And if a man were to find her skin, she would then become his bride, but she would never stop looking for her skin. And they say that every step that they would take on land would become more and more painful for them. And just to kind of spice it up, I'm going to put a little line where our tear duct is to sort of elongate the eye. Alright, and now we're going to apply mascara in up and down motions and not sideways, and we're also not going to pump our mascara either, which means go like that to get it coated on the brush is your instinct, but it actually oxidizes the mascara more and makes it clump. Alright, and there is of course the Greek version of mermaids, which is closer to what we think of sirens being, which was luring sailors to their death with their voices and ate people. There was a legend that Alexander the Great's sister, after she died, she became a mermaid, and whenever she came upon a sailor's ship, she would ask him, "Is Alexander the King still alive?" And they would have to answer, "He's still alive, and he reigns, and he conquers the world." And if they answered anything else, she would become enraged and cause a storm to sink their ship. But if they answered correctly, she would calm the waters and make sure that they had a safe voyage home. Alright, and here comes the part where I might just ruin this whole look because I've never done it before. I've seen those videos, especially on YouTube and Pinterest, where they hold like fishnets or something like that to their face and then dab the color on over that to make it look like scales. I don't have fishnets, but I do have this Halloween net thing that I'm gonna try and do that with. So, fingers crossed. And since blue is the darkest color, I'm gonna have blue be on the bottom of our cheekbone and sort of make a figure 3 like that, and then have the purple and then the pink. Franklin says I look super dumb doing this right now. Franklin's my new child, by the way. Alright, and I'm just gonna like dab it on. Alright, are you guys ready for the big reveal to see if this worked? Dun, 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 dun. Not great, but not terrible. You can kind of see a little bit of pattern in there. Maybe if I were more skilled at makeup, this would turn out better. But hey, it gives off kind of the textured appeal. So maybe part of what would make it better to use actual like pantyhose is that they would be taut against your face, because I've found out that it does help to have it tight against your skin so that the color doesn't get underneath it. Now we're going to put a nice corally pink lipstick with this. And I bought some jewels at Walmart that are just like regular stickers, so I don't know how well they're going to stick, but they're for like scrapbooking, so I figure they're pretty strong at sticking. Here's a fun fact I learned while doing my mermaid research. The jewel aquamarine is supposed to be mermaid tears. Alright guys, so this is the look. Kind of a fail, kind of okay. Obviously you can experiment and do your own thing, and I just thought I would try to show you a decent way to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed all my mermaid facts, and tune in next time to see what I come up with next, and thank you for being so patient with me. They say the kiss of a mermaid gives you the ability to breathe underwater, so I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
That was really lame. You're a nerd.